Welcome to Royal News Updates.
OMG. Dan Wootton finally breaks silence on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Oprah Winfrey interview. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon, thanks. CNN's coverage of Prince Harry and Meghan's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey was largely taken from the left-leaning broadcaster's usual woke playbook. There was much praise of the couple for sharing the truth, with little critical analysis of whether the former royal couple's accusations were rooted in reality. But there was one honorable exception. A full 18 days after the Oprah interview was broadcast, CNN's London-based presenter Max Foster appeared on the breakfast show New Day to debunk many of the half-truths or downright fibs in the interview. His first-rate reporting included never-before-heard accounts of former royal staff members on the lengths the firm had gone to in order to accommodate Meghan. There were new revelations that the Queen had even dispatched two of her most trusted confidants, dresser Angela Kelly and lady-in-waiting Susan Hussey, to help prepare Meghan for royal life. After viewing the report, high-profile CNN anchor Alison Camerota admitted live on air that she was questioning whether she still trusted Harry and Meghan's account to Oprah. "Now I'm all turned around. Now I'm all confused. Now I don't know what to believe anymore," she said. So notable was the broadcast, I immediately tweeted about it because it was the first indication the left-wing US broadcast media might finally be shining a light on the obvious inconsistencies in the interview. But then a curious thing happened. The video report disappeared from CNN's website. The story link I had posted was deleted and redirected to CNN's homepage, making it almost impossible for anyone to re-watch the report. CNN's attempt to take it offline meant it was largely ignored by the rest of the media. Given Meghan directly complained to ITV about Piers Morgan's critical coverage of the interview, royal insiders are now asking, have the Sussexes been able to silence CNN too? A spokesman for CNN refused to tell me if the broadcaster had any communication from the Sussexes, Oprah or friends of either regarding the report. Insiders at the broadcaster suggested the report, which featured numerous clips of the Oprah interview, could have been removed if there had been a complaint about the use of third-party footage. But a US media insider told me, the CNN report was the first instance a left-leaning US outlet came forward to negate a lot of what the Sussexes said. It felt like a real turning point here. However, it seems that CNN has gone to great lengths to make the report close to impossible to find online. The original link now leads to the CNN homepage, even though there are pages on pages of positive written coverage of the Sussexes when you search for them. Max Foster's original report has had the headline and description removed from it online, which means it is impossible to search for. That seems like an unusual clangor from such a respected global news site, especially when Meghan is still one of the most Googled people in the world. The more suspicious among us might wonder whether Meghan or Oprah have some powerful friends who want to help them censor negative coverage even in a mighty organization like CNN. Former BBC presenter Max Foster, who joined CNN in 2005, first broadcast his investigation live from Hampshire in the UK at 10:47 a.m., which was 6:47 a.m. New York time. The on-screen graphic read, Royal Reckoning, Inconsistencies in Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's bombshell interview. Foster started softly by stating, whether or not you're Team Sussex, it's hard to argue against the profound issues raised by the Oprah Winfrey interview, especially around suicide prevention and confronting racism, wherever it may live. But he then went on, critics of the couple are pointing to inconsistencies in the tell-all. He outlined the case against the interview with 7 key criticisms. 1. The choice of platform, CBS and Oprah Winfrey. Foster said this went against Harry and Meghan's previous pledge to work with grassroots media organizations. 2. Meghan's claim she had never looked up her husband online. Foster pointed to a revelation by Meghan's former best friend who said she was always fascinated by the royal family, and wanted to be Princess Diana 2.0. 3. Meghan's lie about getting married 3 days before the formal ceremony. Foster pointed to the wedding certificate that debunks this claim and shows the legally binding wedding was in the church, not the backyard. 4. The palace hosted holiday parties at the palace. Foster referenced tabloid reporters, who say they have no memory of such parties. 5. Meghan was silenced by the royal family. Foster reported, palace insiders will point to many occasions that show that Meghan was allowed a voice, they say, particularly on feminist issues. he uncovered a clip of Meghan speaking publicly alongside Prince Harry about the #MeToo movement. Foster also quoted for the first time a junior member of Meghan's staff, who has now left the palace, saying, "They bent over backwards as far as I could see. I think there was complete hospitality and kindness and grace." Foster then quoted a current royal source saying, "Everyone wanted to make a success. The Queen's senior team were directed to avail themselves to ensure she had all the support needed." 6. Meghan's claim that she wasn't given training about how to become royal. Foster reported, CNN has been told the Queen dispatched her closest aides to Kensington Palace, Lady-in-Waiting Lady Susan Hussey and dresser Angela Kelly, to offer advice, guidance and tutelage to the Duchess. Royal aides say this was an unprecedented gesture of support for a new member of the family and that every department of the Queen's household was open to Meghan. 7. Meghan's claim the royal family didn't want Archie to have a title. Foster reported protocol issued by King George V limits princely titles to children and grandchildren of the serving monarch as well as the firstborn child of the Prince of Wales, none of which applies to Archie, though he will automatically become a prince when Charles becomes king. After watching Foster outline the 7 points, star presenter Camerota expressed her doubts on air. She explained, "You know I love Harry and Meghan. But I don't know. She doesn't feel supported. They say they supported her. Okay, that's a family. That's called life. That's a difference in perception." But those words have also now seemingly been erased from history by CNN. CNN would not comment on why the video had been completely hidden from view. An insider at the broadcaster said the deletion would not have taken place due to any outside pressure or request. But despite multiple requests, a spokesman for CNN would not tell me if there had been any communication from the Sussexes, Oprah Winfrey or friends of either. That explanation won't appease royal sources who fear CNN got spooked and decided not to push a narrative that would upset woke favorites Harry and Meghan.